Hey there, everybody. Hey, everybody. Pastor Rich. Um, just want to clarify some things, a statement that I made earlier today in our session, broadcast. Um, God spoke to me and said, make it clear. When I said about when God speaks to you and about speaking to your pastor, your leader about it, I'm not ever saying do not speak or tell your pastor about it for the assistance that's needed. What I am saying is uh, God has not put pastors in our lives to be our gods. And there are some people in churches, ministries that make their pastors, their leaders, their gods. And that's not what God is intending. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, when God speaks, we also have to ask God, who do I tell? When do I tell? Because maybe your pastor can't handle it at that time. And you may get some feedback that's not expected. And now you're heartbroken. You don't know how to handle it, but yet and still, because you trust your pastor, that's the route you would go. And if that's the route you're going to go, that means at that same time, you're trusting the man more than you are your pastor. I'm sorry, you're trusting your pastor more than you are God. I'm sorry, I got distracted there a little bit. So no, I'm never saying don't talk to your pastor when God speaks. We have to be before God to get instructions, even if God says to bring it to them. Because we have to learn, we have to be aware that we're not owned by churches or pastors. We're owned by God. And we have to learn to take responsibility and accountability in that area. So no, I'm never saying don't talk to your pastor, your leadership, but there are ways to do it. There are ways to express when God leads you, how to, when to, or to. We're all working, striving to be better kingdom workers. And pastors, some pastors, not all, claim ownership of people that belong to their churches, their ministries. And they put that type of tag on people. And I don't believe that's how God wanted it to be. Pastors such as myself, Pastor Bev, and other ministries, we're here to teach you, not claim you. If I'm wrong, God will correct me just as he did today to make this clear. We are kingdom workers. We are to learn the word, learn how to live for God, learn the principles, learn the rights and the wrongs of things, of what to do, how to do. Not claim them and put a tag on them. They belong to me, they're mine. And the member gets so indebted mentally that they can't function without the pastor. That's my claim. Forgive me if I misled someone. Never my intention. But when God tells me to straighten it out, next week would have been too late. So I come down now to straighten it out, give clarity. Again, I'm never saying don't talk to your leadership when God speaks to you. No, you're not above your leader because your leader is whom you're under to get instructions biblically from. If God speaks to your leader to give you spiritual, then that's who God gives. But at the same time, you still must go to God to get instructions. God speaks to you and then he speaks to your leader. the leader is just being a confirmation to what God has already said. So no, leaders are in place for a reason. Pastors, leaders, whatever they are, bishops, whatever they are in place for a reason. So no, I'm never going against leadership. I didn't want anyone to think, forget the pastors, God talking to me just like he talked to you. No, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I'm saying. If you're under that leadership, you still must abide accordingly, and God will lead you and guide you how to. So we never ought to get the big head or beside ourselves to say, I put my pants on just like you do. God speak to me just like he speak to you. No. If we gain that mentality, we'll never get blessed how God will want us to be blessed. We'll never excel of how God will want us to excel because we have the wrong persona. We have the wrong mental state. So no, please, that is not what I'm saying. Forgive me if it came across that way. Please forgive me if it came across that way. That's not the way it was. It's not the way it is. So thank you for your attention. Please accept my apology. Forgive me, as the word says, to forgive. Go to your brother and your sister and make it right. So please, thank you very much. See you next Saturday, 5 p.m. Central Time. Be blessed.